Hey, Jess.
Hi, Mrs. Cardone. I was just about to start the music.
Uh, you don't have to. There's only us on right now.
No?
Um,
Okay.
I mean, no, it's okay.
Okay.
Make sure that they have screen share.
Um,
Okay.
that Brent is a co-host as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Will do.
Wow, I'm surprised people aren't already here. Is this the right link? Do you have to invite people in?
This is the right link. Everyone has it.
And that you don't have to let them in, they can just join?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna start the music pretty soon. Oh, we see someone coming in.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you? Let me shut my door.
Doing
Oh,
fantastic. I'm in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. How
All right. Yeah.
nice. That's
Look at that.
amazing. Wow.
Can't be
Look
is
at
upset.
that where
that.
you,
He's in Puerto Rico, Mrs. Cardone. Look at that.
that's, I know, that's where you live, right?
No, that's where Brent lives like 40 minutes away from here. We're at the El Conquistador.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Good morning, everybody.
we're at one of
Good
one of Ken's
morning.
events
Oh, wow, that's happening right now?
right now. As
Did
Preacher
he
Man.
know that? Did he know that when we picked today?
Oh, I think so. It's
Oh.
all good. You know, we're like we'll dip out and then dip back in.
Okay, wow. Man, I appreciate y'all doing this.
Of course. It's been way too long.
Oh, I know.
I know. I don't think we've seen each other for like, I don't know, like a year now.
I'm not sure I understand.
Thank you, sir. I didn't want you to understand.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Yeah, so how's everybody?
We're doing great.
Huh?
You know,
We're
doing great, could be doing better. We've lost a lot of people. I guess everybody is feeling the same kind of a thing. So want to understand this real versus this versus that, you know, you know, kind of get everyone realigned, and the ones that are here producing with all of the noise that's gone on with all of the other stuff. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, great, I guess, in life, but could be better with all of this.
Look who it is.
Hey,
I'm
Oh
gonna
my
cover.
gosh.
I'm gonna cover real. I'm gonna cover LPT. I'm gonna cover getting into production. They're gonna freaking love it. I'm gonna explain Revenue Share 2.0. It is gonna be epic. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you in a few minutes.
deal.
Love seeing Lisa there too. Looking glamorous as always.
Oh yeah, Rose here, John's here. They're gonna start coming in now.
Mark's here. Rosemary's here.
Hey guys,
Hey Lisa, where
Hello,
are you
Lisa.
driving?
Hey, girly.
I'm driving. I'm going to pick up some stuff because I'm staging a big mansion that we're listing. My
Woo!
stager kind of left me hanging, so I'm going to go do it myself and get it done.
You got this.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. The life of a realtor.
I'm telling you. But guys, I'm so excited about this call. I had a huge bump in my rev share this
That's
month.
amazing.
Yeah, the numbers just came in, and it was 25% more than I've been making.
Wow.
See, that's those.
Love me.
stories.
I love me some 2.0 rev share. This is amazing.
And that was the point of it, right?
Yeah,
So
well,
that everyone would start really just feeling the effects, right? And getting excited, because Brent always talks about an excited base. What do you say? What's that?
A energized base leads to an energized future, and a demoralized base leads to a demoralized future. So
Were you guys able to hear that?
yeah.
Not fully.
An
Not fully, no.
energized base leads to an energized future. A demoralized base leads to a demoralized future.
make it good for everybody.
Make it good
Very
for
good.
everybody. That's the point of the Rev Share 2.0. Right? Where it's really, it's not, you know, the couple of percent at the top that are the ones that are really benefiting, right? It's making so that the rising tide rises all ships.
Well, I
Ooh.
think it was brilliant.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you. Yeah, we are excited about it and excited to hear more stories like yours, Lisa.
Yeah, yeah, I will scream it from the mountaintops. I was going to send you a photo shot or screenshot of it today. I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I want to see that. Send it to me later.
I will. I'm
Yeah.
getting all to the place I'm going to be, and I'll send you a screenshot.
I need to get ready.
Yeah. Let's jump. Hey, so I'm gonna jump off for just a second. I'm gonna turn off my stuff so that Brent's just preparing right now, and we'll jump back on in about 4 minutes.
Okay, deal.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
so good.
Yeah.
See a lot. You hop off.
Yeah.
And I'll just start saying hello to everyone. I know Jana's here, Claudianne's here. They're all starting to roll in. Make sure you get your teams here. Some of you that have bigger teams, make sure they're on this call because Brent Gove is going to be answering our questions on the revenue share, what it means to us, how to handle the loss of people if you've had anyone go to Real and some of these other ones. What everything, any questions you have about that, what makes them different or better or worse than us, so that you can recharge your base, understand fully the changes that we have so that you can explain them to your base better and to the new people that are really missing out on the opportunity by not being here because you don't fully have the data. So want to have it all explained to us. I know there's been a lot of questions. Brent Gove and his team have built the largest team in eXp with thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of agents in their downline. So actually no one better to hear from than them. So we'll just take an extra about maybe 2 or 3 minutes to just get everyone here and text your downline or the people, maybe even people that you are interested in having join eXp that should hear this, that maybe could make a decision after hearing and being on this call.
And
I see
Elena,
Haas
thank
is
you for
here.
taking the lead. Elena,
Yeah,
thank you for taking the
absolutely.
lead on this. That's excellent. I mean, just the fact that you put this together and, you know, and invited everybody, which just shows, you know, we're all in this together, whether you're in the downline or not in our downlines or whatever. Like, right, we want everybody to win.
Yeah, thank you. And thanks to Jessica as well, who's over here on my side of things, saying, hey, I'm hearing from the downline and we need answers. And she was like, call Brent. And I was like, I'm going to phone a friend. I can do that. So, and he's always traveling and doing these amazing things around the globe, but never does the man not pick up or isn't there for anyone in eXp. I'm not even in his downline, and he's doing this for us and for the company and for our organization. So I mean, speaks volume of his leadership and his team and the mindset that they have and willingness to help others. So thanks for that acknowledgement, Lisa and Jessica. Great job. And thanks for everybody showing up here, taking interest in your organizations that you've built and understanding more. Let's see who we have here. I'm starting to look at the names here. A lot of you guys have your cameras off, but I see you. Perla's here. Oh my gosh, Perla. Oh, yay. I'm so glad you're here. I want you to hear this. Also, let's see who else we have.
I see Haas is here.
Yes. Oh, and Maylene's here and Haas is here. Yep, I shouted Haas out. So excited. And Larry and Teresa and Angelica and Anne and B and Judy and Christina and Shane. Yay. Okay, make sure you text all of your front lines and good, Jeffrey's here. I was just about to text you, Jeffrey. Let's see, is Daphne here? I need to send her a message. I know she'd want to be here as well. I'm looking through the names, so if you're here and I didn't see, sorry. Okay, I'm gonna text Daphne, y'all. Lisa, you can talk, or Claudianne, Haas, whoever wants to say anything, just jump in. I'm gonna text Daphne.
Well, I'm just super excited to be here with everybody. Guys, when they released the eXp 2.0 Rev Share, and I want to just give you my personal testimony. I did not know it would go live so quickly. It went live and literally my RevShare check increased overnight. This is not with any growth, no one added, no additional closings. This was basically the system making an adjustment to my RevShare. Guys, I'm telling you right now, we're gonna win in any kind of market. I've won in great markets, slow markets, fast markets, and you're gonna need to build. Some of you guys are not thinking for the future. I wish I had this 10 years ago. I'm gonna repeat that. I wish I had this 10 years ago, because if you're gonna be a top producer and you're gonna 10x your production, if you just write 10x in the comment box. I want to see who I'm talking to right now, Elena. If you want to 10x your production and have more good use of your time, put a 10x in the box. Okay. All right, great. How does it feel to be able to coach and teach other people what you already have done? Guys, we only have 24 hours in a day. Some of us got big goals. I know 100 million is somebody's goal, 40 million. You're gonna need help to get there. And what do? We invite people to this universe, and then you get to invite them to be in your organization. So right now it's go time, growth time. I think I saw Brent on the call. Listen, I want to make $1 million a month. How many people want to increase their income without having to do a sale?
Yeah, let's go.
I know we're all 10Xers, so we're gonna be doing sales, but I know that we could do $1 million a month. And this is no income claims, but we've already seen Brent go do it, which means it can be done. It can be done. I'm not reinventing a wheel. I want to do exactly what he did to get to the numbers he went to. Take it away, Elena.
Well, I mean, on that note, get your pens and papers ready. I'm texting and typing in my notes here, because we are about to hear from the greatest Brent. Go. Thank you. Give all your little claps so we can see how excited you all are. Woo, woo, woo. Thank you.
Elena, thank you so much. Great to hear. I love all the enthusiasm. Haas Pratt, what is going on, man? Good to see you. And I see so many familiar faces. What's up, everybody? So I'm going to go fast. I'm going to be covering Revenue Share 2.0 and why it's a big deal. I'm going to be covering what's the difference between eXp, LPT, and Real quickly, and it's going to be a no-brainer, and explain it to you. And then I'm going to end with production, how to get production, because you need money to pay your mortgage, your car payments. You got to succeed at the production level. And so I'm going to end with that. And my production talk is going to just freak you out. You're all going to want to run through brick walls. I cannot wait for that. So we're going to start with Revenue Share 2.0. If you haven't already made me a co-host, can you please do that so I have the ability to share my screen? And then when I'm officially a co-host, if someone would let me know.
Yes, good to go, Brent.
Okay, good. So before I share my screen, I'm going to say this. What Glenn Sanford did is he says, I want to put more money in levels 1, 2, and 3. I want to make it easier to get to levels 4, 5, 6, and 7. That's exactly what he did. And so basically, I think if you pay people very little, you get very little. And with the market correcting and volume being cut in half for all brokerages in the US and Canada, people were feeling the pinch, including us. I mean, if mortgage, title, if things get cut in half, they get cut in half. So Glenn, part of our core value as a company is being agile. So he said, okay, what can we do to help people through this time? And so we're paying more money than ever on levels 1, 2, and 3. And then we made it easier to get to levels 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'm going to explain that. But like on level 1, if you sponsor somebody, you get $4,000 for the year if they cap. If you sponsor 10, that's $40,000 a year. Well, it used to be 10 cappers was $28,000 a year. Now it's $40,000 a year. I thought, okay, I think I could sponsor 10. I'm going to try that. And I did that the first quarter. I did 10 more the second quarter, 10 more the third, 10 more the fourth. So had this program been around, I would have made 40, 80, 120, $160,000 just from the people I sponsored. But then they told people who told people who told people. And that's why without this program and the less payouts, I still made $278,000 outside of real estate. And so, you know, busy people get things done. I get it, you're busy. People think, well, all Brent Gove did was recruit. Let me be clear. Read my lips. For those of you that are old enough, like Ross Perot, read my lips. I went on listing appointments every day. I ran my company every day. The only thing I did differently was have a cup of coffee every single morning with a real estate agent from Century 21, from Remax, from Keller Williams, from Sotheby's, from Compass, from an independent brokerage. And we overcomplicate this thing. It's like, oh, how do I do it? How do I do it? Because we are not putting satellites into space and creating Starlink to put the world to have internet in the jungles. That's not what we're doing. We are not splitting atoms to create fusion and nuclear energy, you guys. Come on, we're not oncology doctors curing cancer. We are simply trying to get Bob to leave Century 21 to come to this brand where he can have stock awards and revenue share. That's the only difference. That's what eXp is. It's all about, you're going to grind at Sotheby's, you're going to grind at Compass, you're going to grind at Keller Williams, you're going to grind at Remax or your independent brokerage. You might as well grind here, work. That means work hard, succeed, sell a lot of real estate. But here you will acquire stock award after stock award after stock award. My first year, I did all the things I've always done for decades at Remax and Keller Williams, and I earned 51 stock awards. For decades, I earned trophies and plaques. You put them on the wall, and they're worth nothing decades later. But the stock I got turned into millions of dollars. Well, that was then. Hey guys, our stock is low tide. The market is a 30-year low. It's never been like this. You don't suck. It's a tough market, but I'm going to help you beat it. I'm saving the best for last. So it's my production talk. So don't go anywhere. But here's the deal. What happens is when you're struggling, you're struggling. So we're going to help you through it. So here's what Glenn did. I'm going to share my screen, and I may need your help for this, Drew.
Got you.
Let's see. Click. You have like the biggest marker thing. Your arrow's like massive. Okay, I don't want that. Click.
I got
Get that out of my way.
Get out of my way.
Okay, make this slideshow. You know, make this a slideshow. You hit slideshow. I have my glasses on. Okay, good. And I'm gonna go.
That is no kidding, the largest cursor. I've ever
I know.
seen.
Do you agree? It's just I can't even use it. It's so big.
Hey,
All
don't
right.
judge, okay?
We're judging him for sure, right, everyone? We are going to judge that sucker. I love him. I love Drew. He's a great guy. Where'd the marker go? Where is it? I'm trying to move this thing. I can't even find your marker. I want this kind of down and out of my way. It's in my way. They can't see it, but I can see it. It's bugging me.
Where the heck
I
is
know
the marker?
exactly. Oh, forget it. I'll just
Forget
leave
it.
it there.
We-
He can't even, it's his computer. He can't even figure it out. I just got off the golf course and took a quick shower. For those who aren't here, we are at the beautiful El Conquistador, the Conquer, a beautiful resort here in the Caribbean. My wife flies in tonight. We're at a mastermind. It's awesome. But okay, so here's what Revenue Share 2.0 is. So start with that as promised. You used to have to sponsor 5 people to unlock level 2. So if you sponsor 5 or 10 people, then one of them sponsors 17, they're on your tier 2. But if you didn't sponsor at least 5, you never got paid on it. Then maybe you have 10, 15 people on tier 2, then they sponsor some people. If let's say you had 15 and they sponsor 2, you have 30 on tier 3. Well, if you didn't personally on the right-hand column over here, if you didn't personally sponsor 10 people on the far right, 10 plus, you never got paid on those people. We have people that have on their tier 3, 100 people. That's 100 people selling homes. They didn't earn because they had 7 sponsored, 8, 9. Now, you see at the top of that column, it says personally qualifying agent count needed. What does it take to qualify? If you sponsor someone and they never sell a home, are they creating revenue? No, they're not. So there's nothing to share. So Glenn Sanford has a standard, and here's the standard. You have to sell 1 home every 6 months. 2 eyeballs, 2 ears. You know, this is pretty easy. Sell 2 homes a year. It's a pretty low standard. However, it is a standard. 1 home every 6 months with a gross commission over $5,000. pretty hard to sell a home where the commission is less than 5. There are a few states that's possible, but for most people, they sell a home every 6 months. If they do 2 homes a year or more, the reason I got paid so much money, write this down, success leaves clues. I did not talk to people unless they were selling at least 10 homes a year. So like Nancy Reagan in the 80s said, say no to drugs. My advice to you, say no to new agents. I personally just didn't do it. They have a million questions. The traditional failure rate is 80%. Do you know what the failure rate is right now? 95%. That's in a good market. In a good market, 80% of them failed, 20% of them made it. In this market, it's a 95% failure rate. So like I filtered 10 people and eXp isn't working. That's because you did the low hanging fruit. It's easy to sponsor newbies. They have a million questions about the MLS, a purchase agreement, a counteroffer. Are you saying you don't include those people? Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I did. Like, does Motel 6 have a standard? No. That's why their motto is, we'll leave the porch light on. Why do they leave the porch light on? Because you will get mugged on your way to your room because they build their hotels in shady parts of town. It's $19 a night, $29 a night. You're going to get shot or mugged. They better leave the porch light on. It would be scary on their properties. Now you look at the Holiday Inn Crown Plaza. You look at the Marriott Residence Inn for business travelers who want to cook meals while they travel. Then there's the Marriott. Then there's the JW Marriott, whole nother class, very nice resorts. Then there's the Ritz-Carlton. There's the Four Seasons. There's the Westin. And everybody like Target knows who their clients are. Macy's know who their clients are. Nordstrom's knows who their clients are. Rolex, BMW, Porsche, they know, and then there's the, the Ford Eclipse. They know who their clients are. It's nothing wrong with knowing who is my target market. And I suggest to you, the reason I chose 10, because in Sacramento, California, where I'm from, the average sales price was $300,000 a house when I started 7 years ago. So 10 was 3 million with cap. Everybody sponsored cap. It created a ton of revenue. I think my first month, my income was $5,000. And all my friends from my old brokerage, which I won't say, I'll just give the initials, KW. They were what? I just gave initials. I want to protect innocent. They said, oh, but it'll never last. It'll never last. They were right. I mean, I'm going to hand it to them. They were right. It wasn't 5,000 the next month. It wasn't sustainable because it went to 10,000. It was $10,000 by my second month. That's $120,000 a year. How much would you have to invest to have a $120,000? I hope this is being recorded, by the way. Hit the record button if you're not recording this. $120,000 a year. What would need to be invested? Well, at a 12% rate of return, you can figure that out but that's at risk. If you invest it, it's at risk. That's a pretty good rate of return. But my KW friends were like, oh, it's not sustainable. Let us know the third month. The third month, it was $10,000. I was disappointed. I actually audited eXp. I was shocked and floored that it was only $10,000 a month by my third month. But remember, I had coffee every single day of my life at 7:30 with an agent that wasn't with eXp. There are 1.5 million out there. The reason you don't make more in Rev Share is because you're kidding yourself. First thing I'm writing down is don't kid yourself. We're going to have a production talk. I entitle my production talk, Don't Kid Yourself. You're kidding yourself, and I'll prove it to you. So if you do what I did, have honest, open dialogue, eyeball to eyeball, belly button to belly button, over a cup of coffee every morning at 7:30 for 30 minutes to an hour with somebody new. I did that every day. I did it 5 or 6 times a week, times 4. Do the math. That's 20 to 25 people a month. And then 5 would sign up. And for the first 5 months, I signed up 5 a month, 5 a month, 5 a month, 5 a month, 5. And I was done. 5 months later, I was done. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. So, and it exploded. I think my 4th month, my revenue share was $27,000. And I propose for everybody on this channel, it went 5, 10, 10, 27. Well, that's you, Brent. You're special. Yes, I am special. I met for people with coffee every day. Nobody else does it. You kid yourself. Oh, I'm talking to people. Don't confuse activity, talking to people, with accomplishment. Meet me for coffee next week. Brent, I don't want to go to eXp. I love my broker. I work for an independent brokerage. I love my broker at Coldwell Banker. I get that. Look, stay at Coldwell Banker for 30 years. Stay at your independent broker for 25 years. Stay there. Can we have coffee next week? And then once you have coffee, you sit and relax, you break bread, you have a little breakfast, a little coffee, and then good things happen. So what is Revenue Share 2.0? If you come here to this tier 2 on the left, tier 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it took 5 to unlock tier 2. Now it's doesn't take any. You know what it takes to unlock tier 3? None. So if you have, say for example, I'll give you an example. Let's say you personally tell 10 people in the next year or two. And then they all tell 10. If you have 10 and each of them do what you did, I told 10 my first month. They all told 10 within 6 months. So I had 110 people in 6 months. But again, I told people who were in production, I had standards. Tony Robbins and Grant and Elena Cardones and John Maxwell and Les Brown and Ed Milet and people like this, you know what they say? Set higher standards for your life. You get what you expect. Expect a better life. You drive the car you expect to drive. You live in a home you expect to live in. You have the revenue share group you expect to have. I expected to meet with people. I expected some of them to move. They did. And so what happens is if you tell 10, each of them tell 10, you have 100 people on tier 2. Let's say the following year, each of those 100 tell 2 people. 100 times 2 is what? 200 on tier 3. But if you had only sponsored 4 people, you weren't getting paid on tier 2, 100 people. And if each of 100 tell 2 and you have 200 on tier 3, so it's 100 on tier 2 and 200 on tier 3, that's 300 people in your group. You're not getting paid $1. So what Glenn Sanford did was he took those numbers and he go, why isn't it here? It's so new, we don't even have the new slide. It's so cutting edge. We're an agile company. So in your mind, just put 1+ and 1+ where it says 5 and 10. So if you have 300 people in your group, you're now getting paid. 300 people make a sale and they haven't capped yet, you get paid 300 times a month. How would you like to get paid 300 times a month? So this does work. By the way, tier 4 only requires 5 people that you personally sponsored. We sell 1 home every 6 months. So here's the magic number. If you will go get 5, not 55, 5, I will help you do it. Haas Pratt will help you do it. Elena Cardone will help you do it. Other people here on this channel, they'll help you do it. Well, I met an eXp agent. They weren't very helpful and nice. Welcome to the human planet. I'm going to get big news flash. There are some beautiful, amazing people out there that are going to help you just because that's the way they're wired. It's the way I'm wired. It's the way Elena's wired, Haas, other leaders on this thing, Lisa. But here's the deal. There are those other group of people. And don't get your feelings all hurt in a lot because you meet someone who's a taker. There are givers and there are takers. I'm talking to a bunch of givers. And so just don't be surprised by it. There's 90,000 of us. I wish they were all Eagle Scouts and Girl Scouts at the highest level. They were all, like amazing. You take 90,000 stockbrokers. You take 90,000 plastic surgeons. You take 90,000 teachers, and you're going to have some amazing teachers. You're going to have some okay teachers. You have some teachers like, oh my gosh, they need to fire that teacher, but they're being protected by the teachers union. And then that's a whole nother discussion. I digress. So, but 5 will unlock 4 tiers. It will change your life. We're seeing people's revenue share explode. I'm listening to grown men and women cry, but when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time to plant a tree? Now. Start now. This is our load time moment. Acquire the stock now. Sponsor people. Every time you sponsor someone, you get stock. Sell home, you get stock. Cap, you get stock. Cap and do 20 sales, you get a ton of stock. $16,000 worth of stock. I'll go, yeah, but it's always run its course. Oh no, they're lumping us in there with Remax and Anywhere Corporation and Fathom. Real estate stocks are down. We're down. It's a 30-year down. Institutional buyers are out. Guess what? In a year or two, when the market picks back up, they're going to come flooding back in. And in my opinion, I don't own eXp. And I'm not on the board, and I'm not an investor, and I'm not recommending you buy the stock. But my opinion, the stock's can do some pretty amazing things. I buy this, I buy it every month myself. I buy when people sell. That's how you make it. People get scared and they sell when it's on its way down. That's when you want to buy. And then, so anyways, that's a whole nother stock question. But by the way, tier 5 is not 20, it's 10. Tier 6 is not 25, it's 15. And tier 7, it used to be 40, now it's 30. He made that change back in like January. So it's easier to get to tier 7. So this is how revenue share 2.0. Then he created a bonus pool where he's just dumping it back into tier 1, which is everybody. And so that's why instead of 2,800 an agent, it's 4,000 an agent. And so if you just sponsor 2 or 3 agents, it's like an extra $12,000 to $16,000. How much is your payment? Car payment, $800 a month, $600 a month. Oh, what's your spouse's car payment? $400 a month, $600, it's $1,000 a month. You sponsor 3 people who cap. eXp will be making your car payment and your spouse's car payment for the year, every year. I mean, it's pretty cool that they tell anyone. And so it is really life changing. But you used to have to hit these numbers on the right. You still do, but he basically made it 50% easier. He made it a lot easier. So this is how revenue share 2.0 works. I'm gonna take questions at the end. I want to cover this LPT. What's LPT? It's in Florida. The guy who owns a mortgage company. There's revenue share choice, and there's if you chose, well, I don't want to do the revenue share thing. I just want to pay $400 or $500 a deal. And there's always those companies out there. So here's the deal. LPT has got some pretty good numbers, but 80% of their people are taking the non-revenue share part of the deal. So that's great. You can go to LPT, but you're not making revenue share. You have no future. And right now in the low tide moment, it's appealing to people. So I get it while it's growing, but here's the deal. You're not, you just go to any per deal, per transaction company. The point here is to create a sales organization that's pretty, and he doesn't care about that portion because he owns a mortgage company and he's taking all those people and feeding them into his mortgage company. He makes all his money off mortgage. They don't. And so that's great that you have 600 people in your group at LPT. You will find 80% of them. It depends upon the group and there's a few groups that have done a better job at having higher standards and getting people into production, helping them on the revenue share part. But for the most part, everyone's going that per transaction deal. And so you may have 800 people in the group, but you're making what someone makes at eXp who has 50 people. You know, I'd rather have 50 and not than have to go build something for 800 to get paid on 50. That's what LPT is in a nutshell. Real. So real, their cap is 12, ours is 16 to go. It's easier to recruit. I've never had anybody say, I'm not coming to eXp because your cap's 16. They are paying 25, 35, 50. I have some places they pay 100,000 a year to their broker, 150,000, 100. It's happening now. We're 16, 12. It does not matter. But it matters this, if you go to real, it's 12, which means it's 25% less than 16. Isn't that a good thing? No, it's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing. They sell as a good thing. What this means is you get a 25% haircut out the gate. Revenue, they only have 12,000 revenue per agent. So no matter what, from that day forward, revenue share is 25% less. That is a massive number in the school of business. The other thing is they have no tier 6 or 7. They have no tier 6 or 7. So I want you to get this. You sponsor 10 people. They each tell 10. You now have 100 on tier 2. Each of those tell 2 people. You have 100 times 2 is 200 on tier 3. Each of those tell 2. Instead of 200 times 2, that's 400 on tier 4. Each of those tell 2. You have 800 on tier 5. So that's your organization at real. 800 in tier 5. Wow. Remember, each of those tell 2, you have 1,600 on tier 6. You'll never be paid on those people. You have more people on tier 6 than all 5 tiers put together. And they'll be there at real. You will never get paid $1. They don't have a tier 6 and 7, nor can they create one without taking the money from everybody through the first 5 tiers. And by the way, the 800 people that are on tier 6, they each tell 2. How many of you have on tier 7? 1,600 people. You know how many I have on tier 7? Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands. That's what I have on my tier 7. And you think, well, you're special. No, I'm not. I have lots of people who have a lot of people in their tier 7. And so if you go, here's what they say at real, but you'll never succeed like that. Oh, you want to go work for a company who says you'll never be big, you'll never succeed, go to work for them. 25% pay cut out the door. And as your organization grows, if you succeed, over 50% of your group, 53% of my group is level 6 and 7. That means 53% of my income is level 6 and 7. which means at real, you'll make 25% less out the gate with the 12,000 cap versus 16. And then you'll make 50% less if you build a big group. It's two big haircuts, 25%. And then if you make it 50%, those are some big numbers. And it blows me away, but people buying it, yeah, but I'll never make it. Okay, so then you're just selling for a 25% less pay cut. Oh, but we're new. You ever heard of this thing called first to market? We're growing in Dubai. We're growing in Hong Kong. We're about to open Japan, South Korea, the Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand. We opened in Brazil. I think we did. We're in Panama. It's exciting. I don't go to any of those places, but my business is there. So will yours. Oh, no, not my business. Yes, I don't care if you're from Richmond, Virginia, Charlotte, North Carolina, Tampa, Florida, Albuquerque, New Mexico. You just go tell 10. They call their family, friends, ex-clients, and they're in Phoenix, they're in Boise, they're in Chicago, they're in Dallas, they're in Detroit, they're in Sacramento, they're in Orange County, and they tell their friends in Portland, tell their friends in Seattle, tell their friends in Vancouver, Canada, tell their friends in Calgary, Toronto. It goes all over the world. Today, I'm in thousands of cities, and I know people who only have 200 or 300 people in the group. They're only making a couple $100,000 a year outside of real estate. I'm sure you don't want 200,000 a year outside, say just 80,000 a year. And if you don't buy timeshares and you don't buy family ski boats and you don't buy spas for your back decks, because spas, timeshares, and family ski boats are called depreciating assets. And if you take that money and you either A, pay off your mortgage, which I know there's many people says, don't do that, but B, there's a certain piece of like, I got no house payment, sometimes it just feels good. That's why I got in not to pay off my mortgage. And of course I was able to do that, or you invest that money for your future, 80,000 a year. But here's the deal. When it gets to 80, if you keep helping the people, it's going to go to 100. It's going to go to 120. I think my first year was 278. The next year, 1.2. The next year, 3.5. The next year, 5.5 million. The next year, 7.7 million. And then it went up to like $1 million a month. I mean, you do the math. That was a long time ago. It keeps growing. How would you like to lose control of your income in a positive way? Most of you have lost control of your income. You have, in a negative way. It takes faith. What is faith? That belief in things not yet seen. So that is what Revenue Share 2.0. We have this bonus pool for level 1 on top of making it easier for all 7 levels. Number 2, I explained what LPT and real is, the difference. And everybody's, the grass is always greener. And it's a low tide moment. What does that mean? You ever been to a big city, say Louisiana, say New Orleans, and the tide's out, and you're looking at the muddy harbor, you see inner tubes, you see a bottle, you see a shopping cart, some drunks threw in there, or maybe a stolen bicycle, and it stinks because the muddy's you see a fish flopping in the mud. It isn't pretty when the tide goes out of a harbor. And that's the moment for every company, and it's our moment. I've been doing this almost 30 years. It's the worst market. We are at a low tide moment, which means everybody's vulnerable. We are recruiting people. I have netted thousands of agents in the last 6 months, netted growth. We're exploding. I've never seen it grow like this. We are also vulnerable. We are also vulnerable. Because if you have agents at eXp, they're not plugged in. When people go to college and they never show up to class and they don't plug in, they drop out of college. Same thing at eXp. Oh my gosh, how could that happen? If people don't plug in, you join Weight Watchers and you pay for Weight Watchers and then you never go, you're going to quit Weight Watchers. You join a gym. You go down there, there's 200 or 300 people at this gym. They have 20,000 memberships to that gym. Only 2 to 300 people are there. And next year, after the renewal's up, nobody renews. And of course, they always get the New Year's Revolution. But here's the deal. If you don't show up, it doesn't work. You have to do the work for production. You have to do the work to make revenue share work. It's simple and fun. Listen to me. If you do it easy, it's the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. If you do it hard, it's the easiest thing you've done in life. The reason it's hard for you is you poke it with the stick. Poke Jenny Craig with the stick. Poke Weight Watchers with the stick. Poke drinking alcohol or drugs with the stick. It doesn't work. And so it takes energy to get out of your rut. You have to be intentional about who you're hanging out with. We are here at a mastermind with a group of Christian entrepreneurs who are highly successful, but we're sharing ideas, we're collaborating, we're growing, we're always working on the interior. Everybody wants the nice home and the nice cars and all this stuff. That's exterior results of what happened on the interior. I'd rather know, what book are you reading? You're reading Dream Big by Napoleon Hill? Are you winning another book? I know it sounds like a crazy title, but Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Read that book, Outwitting the Devil. I believe that's the name of it, by Napoleon Hill. Have you read The Magic of Thinking Big? Have you read The Friendship Factor by Alan Lloyd McGinnis? How to Be a Better Friend. Have you read Success, the Glenn Bland Method? He built the largest insurance company in the world. They go, you should write a book. He did. His name's Glenn Bland. He has a book called Success, the Glenn Bland Method. I read the book. I read Dave Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence book, Bible, how to win friends and influence people. And it's the second most printed book ever of all time, next to the Bible. There's no book that's been printed more than the Holy Bible. The next book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And some of you haven't read it. It is the Bible for sales. Like if you're in sales, or Og Mandino's the greatest salesman that ever lived. You fix this, your mind in here in the interior work, all of a sudden you're driving a nicer car. You're taking trips to the Caribbean, to Maui. You have a nicer home. You're able to put your kids in private schools. And listen to me, listen close. What got you here, whatever here is for you, is not going to get you to your future. It will not take you to your dreams. The person you became to get you this far, you have to become a completely different person to go where you want to go. Point in case, how's it going? And so that's why people say, why do you constantly go to John Maxwell events? Why do you go to GrowthCon? Why were you at 10X Ladies? My wife made me go, but it was actually really good. I sat on the side with Kathy. I love 10X. Those women are brilliant. I'm taking notes. I hijacked all their information. I burnt the notes. I don't sit there and listen. I take notes, man. I go to NAREP. I go to REO. I go to Remax's annual convention, Keller Williams, Mega Camp. I'm a student of life. I'm a student of real estate. You cannot have the future you want if you stay the person you are now. I'm not saying you're a bad person, but you've got to become a new person. You've got to up your energy level, your intensity level. Here's the deal. If you're suffering, write this down. Your vision is not big enough. You either have no vision, you've completely lost sight of the vision. But when you get a clear vision, this is what I want for my life. You will quit drinking. You will quit doing drugs. You will quit cheating on your spouse. If you're cheating on your spouse, stop it. Go to therapy. It is not good for her to do that to you or you to do that to her. You know, be faithful to your family. You break your kids' hearts. You know, we're all strugglers. You know, yeah, I get it. You make. I'm not. Don't look at me. I'm not perfect. I'm struggling too. We all have different areas we struggle in. Oh no, not Elena, not Grant. They never struggle. Bullpucky. We will struggle for the rest of your life. It's how you handle it. So I'm going to end with this production. Production. Oh, by the way, first to market. I talked about how we're opening all these markets. We're already in 24 markets. LPT and Real, they're just trying to get across America and Canada. LPT is way behind. Real's got so far, but we're in 22 other countries. First to market always wins. Write that down. First to market always wins. We are first to market. By the time they get to Belgium, France, we already own it. We already own Monaco. Why? I was there. I met the eXp agents. I was in Nice. I've been in Paris and Rome and Barcelona and Madrid. I'm not there for eXp. I'm there to vacation. I was in Santorini, Greece. I was in Ia. I've been to Athens. They're all over the world. I was in Israel. I was in Tel Aviv. I've met they're there. Hey, Brett, you're here. Can we meet? Yeah. I meet them in the lobby, whatever, hang out with them for a little bit. The agents in Nice begged Gene and I to do an event. We did an event. We're happy to do it. But you don't have to fly around the business, the world. But if you get that first 10 or 15 in who are in production and you start that going, your business, the sun will never set on your business. And we were going to open another 76 countries. We're going to have 100 countries. And we'll be the first ones to open every country. And while we're doing that, they have people who know people in Madrid. They know people in the UK and Australia, but they can't go to India. They can't go to Hong Kong. We're there. Your business, I have 1,000 agents in Cape Town, South Africa, and Johannesburg. We're blowing it up. They can't do anything about it. We're getting a massive head start. So if you want to get involved with companies that are 10 to 14 years behind us, have at it. You know, I like the Google, Amazon, Airbnb, Uber. They're dominators. We are the dominators. And of course, people try to copy these. Walmart's trying to copy Amazon. Lyft is trying to copy Uber. VRBO is trying to copy. And of course, it's a compliment when you have a good idea. So we're going to end with this. Don't kid yourself. This is my production talk, and this will change your life if you get on the edge of your seat. And I'm going to go ahead and stop this share. Okay, you got to find the clicker. I don't know what we did. I need to stop the share if we can do this. This is Drew, everybody. He is. Oh, what'd you do? I don't see anybody now. Hit escape. Hit escape. There you go. There they are. They're still there. Oh, there it is. Okay, you got rid of it. Is the share done? Yes.
Yes.
Wave at me if the share is gone. Okay, good.
I got him.
Yeah, thank you. I'm not the techiest person, but I work for a company that's in the cloud, but I like things, notepads and pens. Okay, so if you don't already have it, go to speaker view on your thing, because you'll be distracted by other people in all the squares. And not that I need you to look at me, but I just don't want you to be distracted. I want you to write this down. Don't kid yourself. And I'm going to tell you a story, and it's going to change your life. I got a call a month ago from an agent out of Toronto. He goes, hey, I work for Remax. I've worked for him for 13.5 years, and I'm struggling. I mean, my wife had this high-paying job, and I supplemented. I contributed like 150, 200,000 a year from real estate through Remax, but she made way more than me. Well, she lost her job a year and a half ago. She hasn't been able to replace her income. Every job she gets half, and she hasn't accepted a position. And I haven't made a sale in 6 months, and we're in big trouble. We may lose our home and our cars. I'm freaked out. I think I want to come to eXp. So I asked him some questions. I said, wow, okay. Yeah, it sounds pretty serious. Can I ask you a few questions? I go, yeah, 13.5 years Remax. Yeah, I'm a veteran. I know what I'm doing. And not a sale in 6 months. I haven't made a sale in 6 months. So this talk's called Don't Kid Yourself. So I said, wow. I said, have you been talking to people? Oh yeah, I've been talking to a ton of people. I go like dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of potential buyers and sellers over the past 6 months. And he goes, yeah. And I go, and none of them bought a home or sold a home? He goes, yeah. And I said, okay, I really want to wrap my mind around the number. And he doesn't know this, but I'm setting him up so hard right now. And I'm not trying to set him up to hurt him, but I'm setting this sucker up. It's a coaching moment. And so I said, like, you talk to like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 people, and nobody bought or sold. He goes, yeah. I said, okay, but I really want to wrap my brain around the number. And I'm just tightening. I'm ratcheting him in. I go like 40, 50, 60, 70, like how many? Some more like 50 or 60. And now we're getting somewhere. I go, let's say you talk to 60. And that's on the high side. You said 50 or 60. If you're like most agents, you did 40, but you're saying 50 or 60. I'm teasing him. But I said, let's say it was 60. That's a lot of people in the last 6 months. He goes, yeah, nobody bought. Okay. So you talk to 10 people a month for 6 months. He goes, that doesn't sound so good when you put it that way. Yeah. And I said, and you mentioned you were at the office yesterday from 9:30 to 5:30. He goes, yeah. And I said, I can totally help you. So here it is. You're kidding yourself. Remember my talk's called Don't Kid Yourself. You think you're doing real estate. You're thinking about doing real estate, but you're not doing real estate. Let me prove it to you. I said, you have talked to 10 people a month for 6 months. If I take the higher end of your number, you said 50 to 60. I chose 60. That's 10 a month. I go, listen to me. If you come to eXp, you will fail miserably at our company. And then you'll blame eXp just like you're blaming Remax. There's nothing wrong with Remax. If you just want to sell the rest of your life, it's a great company. There's nothing wrong with Keller Williams. If you don't just sell the rest of your life and work for the slave away 5, 6, 7 days a week for 20, 30, 40 more years, have at Keller Williams. They're good companies. Nothing wrong with them. But if you want to, like an exit strategy, if you want to be able to not to have to grind so hard, your life could radically change in 12 to 24 months. And I said, here's the deal. You're not talking to enough people. You need to ask people, number one, do you have a building you want to buy or sell? You're all residential agents. You shouldn't ask people if they want to buy or sell a home. The first word out of your mouth, because homes are inexpensive. They're $1 million. Buildings are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 million. and say, well, I'm not a commercial agent. You are all commercial agents. Every one of you. I ask people, groups of 500, how many commercial agents out there? 20 people raise their hand. You're all commercial agents. I don't know anything about commercial. Who said you need to know anything? Get a partner. Get a partner from Cushman Wakefield, from Coldwell Banker, from, well, don't they have to be eXp? No. Your partner could be from the brokerage. If it's an eXp guy, great. But I'd rather have one from another brokerage, because if you give them leads, they say, tell me about eXp. Else you bring them to eXp, you become their sponsor. Now you have a huge commercial division growing. If you go find a eXp commercial agent, you can't sponsor them. They're already here. So, you know, it's up to you. I actually do. I'm not looking to sponsor anyone. I've got a large organization. So I use Paul Frank, 2 first names, Paul Frank out of Sacramento. He's done billions. And I say, do you want to buy or sell a building, buy or sell a business, or buy or sell a house? You guys all just do you know what's to buy a house or maybe list one? You go, nope, we're in our forever house. We're never moving. Oh, well, keep my card. Call me if you know anyone who wants to buy or sell. You're in a third picture, a big piece, round piece of the pie. A third of it is buying and selling homes. The other third is buying and selling businesses, business brokering. The other third is buying and selling buildings. And there's some more to commercial than that, but we'll just take those 3 pieces. And so my thing would go, Elena, I have a goal to sell 7 properties this month. You notice I didn't say homes, because businesses and buildings are properties. 7 properties this month. Nobody meets anyone with a goal. Come up with your cap in your hand. I could really use your help. You don't know anyone who wants to buy or sell a business or a building or a house, do you? And they're going to go, nope, done. There's one. I want you to do 20 a day. If you do 10 by 10, I don't know if I have time. You don't want it bad enough. Come on, man. You have no vision. It's easy. That's the question. Elena, do you want to buy or sell a building, a business, or a home? You don't. No, you don't. Done. There's one. Call the next person. Done. There's 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just asking you to ask that question. 10 by 10, and then 10 more by 1. Write this down. Done by 1. You talk to 20 people by 1 o'clock every day. Do not push it to the end of the day. 20 people by 1 every day. And I told this guy from Remax, I said, I want you to do that for the next 5 days. In 5 days, you will talk to 100 people about not just buying and selling real estate, homes, but about businesses and buildings. And I have a partner, his name is Paul Frank. You have to say he's from Cushman Wakefield. You don't have to say he's from Coldwell Banker or eXp. I never tell him that Paul Frank's from eXp. My partner is an expert at the commercial. I'm an expert at the residential. And that's only say, yeah, I have a winery. I've sold wineries. I've sold buildings. I've sold Taco Bells and Carl's Jr.'s. I know nothing about it. Do you know the commercial, the 25% referral fees are like 40 grand? 140 grand. We have one right now, it's $210,000. We have another one that was 360. We have another one that was 580. Just the 25%, because the buildings are way bigger. You're like fighting for scraps. Well, I don't know commercial. Good. You don't need to know commercial. You gotta have some chutzpah, man. Some cojones. You gotta have a vision. Dad, wake up. You're playing. You're poking it with a stick. Stop poking it with a stick. Don't kid yourself. You're failing because you're not doing enough. You gotta have some, be brave. It's easy. So this guy said, I want you to build a list of 200. If you don't build it, go to Facebook, go to Instagram, go to your old clients, go to your phone, go through your phone, go through the A's, the B's, the C's, build a list of 200, text me tonight, tell me when you're done. He's a Remax agent. Tell me when you're done. And if you don't do it, I'm never gonna talk to you again. I could be a Viking. Right? I'm like, we're done. You're not coachable. I can't help you. It's an easy thing to do. Sit down for a few hours and build a list. It's enough. If you do 20 a day for 5 days, how many is that? 100. You're building it. Well, what do I do after that? Don't worry about over that. Build a list of 200 and you'll have enough to do this for 2 weeks. You're going to talk to 100 people this week. In 3 days, you'll talk to as many people as you talked to in the past half a year. You talked to 60, and I doubt that. In half a year, you're going to talk to 60 in 3 days and 72 hours. You will trip over buyers and sellers. There's so much, there's trillions of dollars worth of business. I promise you, if you do this 20 a day, that's times 5 days, that's 100 a week, times 4 weeks. Forget the 5-week month, that's 400 people this month. You did 60 in half a year. I want you to do 400 this month. I promise you. I challenge anyone on this Zoom. If you have that huevos No, that's Higgs. That's the wrong word. Cojones. I'm gonna work on my Spanish. I live in Puerto Rico. You have the cojones, the coconuts. I don't know, the courage to do this. You talk to 20 a day. Well, what if they say no? Who cares? Do the numbers. Success is a math problem. You are not doing the business. If you're in your head, you're dead. Get out of your head. Open the lips. You know, well, I'm not as good as you. It doesn't matter. You talk to 100 people this in the next week, 400 this month. Listen to me, I promise you, I defy anybody on this Zoom. You will have buildings listed to your commercial partner. You will have restaurants and dry cleaners and businesses listed to your commercial partner. You'll have buyers who want to buy, and you'll have sellers who want to sell. You'll have so much business. Your complete and total financial life will be revolutionized in 30 days if you have some guts, if you dig deep and you go, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm going to break through. I'm done living a life of quiet desperation. Now, this is on 1 cup of coffee and 18 holes of golf. Could you imagine if I had 2 cups of coffee? Anyways, so here's the deal. You need to, I don't drink coffee. Drink coffee. That's your problem. Just put the grounds and chew the grounds. Anyways, you got to get all fired up. And I'm over dramatizing some things, but I want you to wake up. This is your life we're talking about. 3 rules of life. Number 1, life ain't fair. Number 2, you're entitled to nothing. I mean, nothing. And number 3, no one's coming to rescue you. And so this guy he built his lift to 200. He texted me tonight. I was so glad because he was a nice guy. I said, okay, tomorrow, just do 20. I don't care about the rest of it. Tomorrow, you're doing 20. You call him up. Hey, how you doing? Haas, haven't talked to you in 13 years. Do you remember me? Yeah, how you doing? Awesome. You doing good? Yeah, I'm doing good. Family good. Okay, great. Let me tell you why I'm calling. Pivot. Don't talk to him for 5 minutes. Just pivot in 30 seconds, 45 seconds. I have a goal to sell 7 properties, not homes, properties. Use the word properties this month. I could really use your help. You're coming with your hat in your hand. Nobody meets anybody with a goal. You go, do you ever happen to know anyone who wants to buy or sell a business, a building, or a house? Get it done. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? The first 12, no, 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 no. Number 13, oh my gosh, we're so glad you called. We couldn't find your business card and we couldn't remember how to spell your last name. We've been trying to find you for a week. Today, we're going to go down to Century 21 down the street and list our home for $1.7 million here in Toronto. We remember you. We loved you. It's just crazy that you called us. Come on over, list the house for $1.7 million. At 3%, that commission's over $45,000. He was so blown away. Listen, it is not magic. This is motion. You are simply failing because you are not in motion. Well, I don't know if I could do that. Get a bigger dream. It doesn't mean you have to have a Rolex or a mansion or a jet. It means I want my kids in private schools because I don't agree with what the public schools teach. I don't want to live in this neighborhood. I want to live in this neighborhood because it's safer and nicer. I'm tired of driving a religious car. What is a religious car? You get in, you pray, please start, baby, start. Wah, 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 backfires like chitty, chitty, bang, bang. You know what religious cars on. You're like, please, God, start, don't break down. I used to drive religious cars. People are like, what kind of gas mileage is that? Pan American. I don't know. It goes to E, I put it back to F. What do you pay per gallon? I have no idea. Stop at whatever gas station and I just fill it up. I was in the on the coast and it was like $120 to fill up my Panamera, which I thought was really expensive. An SUV is fine, but I had a half a tank and I filled it up from half a tank back to full. From half a tank to full, it was $120. Oh yeah, I saw some people at the Big O. I mean, even it got my attention. I'm like, what the heck? And it was $10 a gallon. $10 a gallon. But how would you like not to be worried? I put $1.87 in my gas tank before. I've had my church hand me a check for $100 because we couldn't buy groceries. That was a long time ago. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. But I'm kidding. It was when I was 29 years old. I'm almost 60 now. But I've been there. I cried when I got that check. I brought it home to my wife, Kathy. We had a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. We didn't have money for groceries. I just gone bankrupt at 29. I've been there, man. Bootstrap it, baby. Go cave woman. Go caveman. Don't kid yourself. So here's the assignment. Make a list of 200 names. Do 20 tomorrow. Well, I'm kind of busy. Get a bigger vision. Start tomorrow. 10 by 10. The other 10 by 1. Done by 1. Call it 10 by 10. This guy, he's on fire. in 1 week. Your whole mojo, your whole attitude, you'll be like excited about life, not fighting depression. Action cures fear. Don't kid yourself. That's my talk today on Revenue Share 2.0, our competition and production. It is so easy to get production. Don't overthink it. Do it. Yeah, in 1 week, 400 this month, you'll be on fire. You will not have financial problems. Over. Your choice. I'm done. I'm going to hand this back to Elena, and hopefully you guys get some value over this. If you want to do a little Q&A on any of the things I just said, let's start with the don't kid yourself. Anybody want to make a comment or a question on the production piece? And it applies to agent attraction. It's just numbers. What do you do if they're not interested? I move on. I don't beg anyone to do this. I move on. There's too many fish in the sea. We have 90,000. That means 1.4 million aren't here, but they've all heard of it. I heard of Keller Williams for 10 years before I went, and then I brought 177. Well, that's you. You're just special. Yes, I'm a doer. And to the doers of this world, I salute you with a cup of coffee, not a beer. And so, quit drinking, quit doing drugs, read healthy things, hang out with people. I'm preaching. Get this message. There's a lot of people on here. I can't even, I have my glasses on, but it looks like there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Record this, go watch this, do a party Friday night. I used to take people, how many is that? Can't even read.
Not, it's over 100.
There's 69 people, 70 right
Oh,
now.
yeah, I saw like
Over
800. I saw this.
Over 100.
I don't have my glasses on. I'm blind as a bat. Anyway, someday you'll all be old. I don't want to hear about it. But anyways, and I tell you what, I have the energy of a 23-year-old young man. And so here's the deal. Dial it up. You got this. And you can become great this week. Doesn't even take a month. Take the challenge. I gotta stop. Any questions in the chat? Any questions for me about production before I do anything else?
We have a question from Jeffrey, but Brent, I mean, seriously, that was such fire. Oh my God, dude, off the rails fire. Thank you.
You bet.
All right, Jeffrey, you have a question.
Hey, oh my gosh, that was amazing, y'all. Drop some fires in the room for that. Brent, we love you, man. Listen, excuse the background noise. I have some workers at my house. But one of the questions that I have for you, Brent, was one of the ones that I've been getting quite often with these people at Real is that they have the double split or the double agent sponsor them. Don't know if you've heard about that. What's your opinion about that?
And here's why. They cut the revenue share in half again. So you get a 25% haircut. You grow your group, you get a 50% haircut. And then if you sponsor someone, there's double sponsors. It's so great. We could share somebody. You get half the revenue share forever. And if anyone they sponsor, and it starts fractionalizing the rev share. Just because something is good, a McDonald's McFlurry may taste good, but it's not good in the long run. Don't get McFlurried, baby. So with that said, eXp is actually thinking about it. I'm not in favor for it, but there's a lot of big people who are. They're kicking it around. I'll say that. I'm not a huge fan of it because it cuts revenue share in half forever. So answer that. Again, I want to stay on production. I apologize if I wasn't clear. My questions right now or for the don't kid yourself portion in production, we'll get to revenue share 2.0 and competition. But thank you, Jeffrey. Great question, man. Love you, buddy. Anybody else? You could put your test. If you're too chicken to talk, put it in the chat. Come on. We got anybody? Any chatters? Anybody? Any questions? Anybody go, yeah.
I don't see anybody in the chat that has questions on the production. I think everybody's ready to hit their 400 a month target.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, I think they're all ready.
If you're in, type I'm in. Commit yourself publicly. Go miss the list of 200 names. Don't overthink it. You mean like the shift manager at Taco Bell? Yeah, they buy homes. The owner of Taco Bell, yeah, he sells his businesses and buy businesses. My dry cleaner, yeah, they buy and sell dry cleaners. Some of them have 7 dry cleaners. You don't even know it. And so buildings they'll buy and sell. So, okay, we can switch gears. Revenue share 2.0 or the competition. But, and by the way, if you're doing my challenge for the next 7 days, just do it for 7 days. Like, it will change your world. Talking to 100 people about businesses, buildings, and residential real estate. Done. Game over. You can't not have business. Going to happen. And pick any commercial agent who knows what he's doing or she's doing and make them your partner. And be honest with the client. I specialize in residential. They specialize in commercial. And by the way, Elena, when we come over and look at your building, because you and Grant are Dennis, and Grant's tired of the commute. You used to live in North Miami. Now you live in South Miami, but his building's in North Miami and it's an hour commute every day. And Grant's tired of the commute, hypothetically. And he wants his time back. He may be in his forever home in South Miami, but he's burned out on that commute to North Miami, an hour away. Guess what? I'm selling that doggone building. If it kills me, probably worth about 3.5 million. And down in the South, he's wealthier now. He moved to a nicer area. The buildings aren't 3.5, they're 5.5. So you get a listing for 3.5, a purchase for 5.5, a little dentist office. Now we'll add that up. That's $9 million worth of real estate, but you're not a commercial agent. Oh no, I'm not. Yes, you are. And you have a partner. Go get a partner today. If you don't have one, Paul Frank can do it from Sacramento, or go find one. Elena can give you a commercial agent. And Haas, I'm sure, has one, whatever. Lisa. Okay, enough said. Anybody else?
Brent, someone said they had to walk away, but very quickly, if you could just run the challenge, your 7-day challenge really fast, if you could break it for them.
It's really a 5-day challenge. Talk to 20 people a day for 5 days. Build your list tonight. Tonight is, what is today, Friday? When you live on an island, you don't know what day it is, you guys. All right. So anyways, so it's awesome. Just every day is like this. Every stinking day is like that. I live here, man. It's pretty sweet. Anyway, so here's the deal, but you can too. I mean, come. But here's the deal. So talk to 20 people a day for 5 days. That's 100 people. You do 10 by 10. You must, not sort of, kind of should. You have to talk to a minimum of 10 by 10. If you can do all 20, great. Get the next 10 done by 1. Done by 1. Talk to 10 by 10. Done by 1. So you break up into 2 pieces, 10 and then 10. You ask 20 people, do you only want to buy or sell a building, a business, or maybe real estate? And they say no. Next, 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 next. And you do that 20 times. This was 1 day. 5 days later, you've talked to 100. That's the challenge. And I challenge anyone to do that. And you're not going to have financial problems. And by the way, one of our commercial referrals who did that, they took the challenge, called his uncle. His uncle's like, yeah, I'm trying to find a small resort. It had like 19 rooms. Deal went through, made the referral. You know how much a 25% referral fee was? $1.2 million. Now, I know you're not commercial agents. Why would you want 1.2 million? I agree. Just leave it on the sidewalk, kick it in the parking lot. You don't want that because you're not a commercial agent. You are all commercial agents. I'm pumped, man. I'm so excited for you guys. This is gonna change your life. Come on, Haas. Haas is laughing at me. Anyways, all right. So I'm so glad I didn't have 2 cups of coffee. This is me super mellow, man. I'm so chill.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Man, Brent, you are so cool. Thank you. I am always so inspired, motivated into action, not just like feel good, but motivated into action. And the care that you have for everyone is really other people need to model after you, because you're just a really great example of how to be successful and why you're successful in life and in business. And truly, you've been such a value. I cannot thank you enough for doing this hour-long call with us today.
Oh, has it been an hour? I thought it was like 15 minutes. Okay, I'll say this last thing, Elena. I want to say this. You say, we're not even in his group. Yes, you are, Elena. You're in my group, just so you know. I've arranged it. All 90,000 agents in eXp are in my group. How? Because as you guys prosper and do well, you make our stock worth more. And I think our stock is going to explode. So you guys go do well, and I'm going to have even bigger assets. It doesn't happen if someone at Coldwell Banker or Remax or Keller Williams sells 3,000 homes a year. It doesn't mean boo to your financial future because we don't own together. And by the way, When I do really well with my 45,000 agents that are in my organization, my 21,000 that are in my 7 levels, and they do well, it makes eXp worth more, it makes the stock worth more, and then my efforts increase your family's assets. I am in every one of your businesses. Do you guys get that? I work for every one of you. Elena works for every one of you. Haas Pratt, Lisa, the other leaders on this call, and I would call you out. I don't have my glasses on. I can't read the little tiny words in the Zoom boxes. So I recognize a ton of you, and I apologize for not saying your names. I love you guys. The futures is great if you want to make it. Stop living a life of quiet desperation. The time is now. Don't put it off for another day, and get in groups of 3. A triple braided cord is not easily broken. Okay, I'm going to do it. No one's going to hold you accountable. But if you call 2 people while you're brave, while you're feeling inspired, and tell them the plan, they're like, I'm in. You want to do this? You see people on this. You see the people who go, hey, would you do it with me? Yeah, I will. Get 3, 4, 5 of you this Friday night. Well, it is Friday night, but maybe you guys will all get a copy of this. Maybe next Friday night. Watch this again. Watch this 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Get it deep into your being and go do it. Have an amazing future. I love you guys. Elena loves you guys. The other leaders, such great to be here with you. I think I'm done. Or anything else you need from me, Elena? We good?
I think we're good. The copy of this call, we'll put it on Cardone World. And then Jessica, let's see about getting a link out to our email list to the people that may have missed it, but it's going to be permanently up in Cardone World. So, oh my gosh, thank you
by the
so
way,
much,
I'm
Brent.
begging Elena to speak in Cabo next year. If I get my Christmas wish, Elena's going to take to the stage in Cabo next year. I tried to get her at Build, but she's in the south of France on a yacht. But anyway, so maybe I shouldn't have said that publicly, but
No,
I like
it's
to have their
totally
rewards
fine.
too.
I'm just feeling bad because okay,
Don't
we'll
feel
make
bad.
Cabo happen.
You
We'll
worked your
make
tail
Cabo
off.
happen.
Never, ever feel bad for succeeding. As long as we're loving and giving and walking into rooms, walking into Zoom rooms and raising the temperature. Like, don't be on the phone on the Zoom. Don't be talking to other people. Take notes, sit forward, and get something out of this. Milk it. Anyways, do it. All right. Love you guys. Thank you for having me on.
Bye,
Mwah.
Brent.
We'll
Thank
see
you
you at Bill.
so
Oh, can I say
much.
one
Bye,
thing?
Brent. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to
Love
say one
you.
thing. I forgot. Go to Build this summer. We have 8 locations. We did Cape Town, blew it out, sold it out. We did Honolulu, blew it out, sold it out. We're in Vancouver. We're in Salem. We're in LA. We're in Dallas. We're in Detroit. We're in Orlando. We're in Charlotte, and we're in New Jersey at the Crystal Resort. It's this beautiful golf spa resort in New Jersey by New York. All those locations, you can read about them at buildevent24.com. Everyone write that down, put it in the chat bar. Buildevent24.com. It's our summer event, and we charge most events. Most of them are 2 days, and it's $99 to attend. 99 bucks. Amazing
Nothing.
eXp speakers, luxury, commercial, residential. Staying home changes nothing. You need to go. I showed up and brought 19 with me. This is why I grew. If I got the vision, that's great. I got 19 other people with the vision. Come to Build with 19 people. You want to have what Brent has? Do what Brent did. Coffee every morning at 7:30 with someone who's not in eXp. Bring 19 people to Build. Go look it up right now. Buy your ticket right now. Buildevent24.com. Sorry for the little commercial, but it'll change your life. It'll change mine. Love you guys. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Elena.
you, Brent. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
See you guys.
Bye. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you guys later. Thank you.
See you all.